All right.
Okay. Now, if we were talking about fractions that had the same denominator, all we would have to do is just keep it the same denominator. But since we're looking at different denominators, what the concept here is that we need to find what's called right, there you go, the least common denominator. The way to do that is this. Looking at the denominators here, we have 5 and we have 6, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to make a few 5s and we're going to make a few 6s, and when we get to a number that is common between the two, hence the term common denominator, okay? When we get to a number that's common between the two, we're going to stop, okay? Now the reason we're going to stop with the first number is because we want the least common denominator. There's going to be other numbers that we could have used, but we want the least common, okay? So now we're going to make some 5s just by adding 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I could go on and on and on, but obviously you could probably tell there's going to be 36, 12, 18, 24, and 30, okay? Now again, 30 being the first number that they have in common. Now we probably could have gone further. We could have used 60, we could have used 90. There's a whole lot of other numbers that we could have used, but since 30 is the first number that they have in common, that's what we're going to use, okay? All right? Now, next step, once we found the common denominator, the next step is we're going to divide, okay? 5 into 30 goes how many times?
6 times.
6 times. I'm going to take that 6 and I'm going to multiply it by this numerator. 6 times 1 gives me 6. Same thing down here. 6 goes into 30.
5 times.
5 times, and 5 times 1 is 5. Now we have two fractions that are equivalent. In other words, 1/5 equals 6/30. 1/6 equals 5/30. Okay, but now we have fractions that have the common denominator. And now we're going to be able to either subtract or add or whatever that we have to do, okay? If we want to add these two fractions, the answer would be what?
60.
If we want to add them, what would the fraction? What would the fraction, if we want to add these two, what would it be?
11.
11 over 30. If we want to subtract them, what was it going to be?
1 over 30.
It would have been 1 over 30. But here, all they're asking us to do is to rename them, so we're finished with that, okay? Now, so let's go ahead and do those. 1/5 equals
1/5 equals what? 30.
well, look at
No.
What was that? 6 over. Okay, and 1/6 equals.
Am I doing this right?
Yeah, well, let's find out. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, now let's move forward. Now look at this again. We've got 1/4 and 1/3. Again, all we're really doing right now is we're just kind of comparing them, okay?
Okay.
We're not adding or subtracting. What we're doing is just trying to figure out what our least common denominator is going to be, and we're going to make them into fractions that we can work with.
So 12.
Yeah, right. It's obvious that 12 is going to be this one, okay? We could have used 24. We could have used 60. There's a whole lot of them that we could have used, but again, 12 is the first one they have in common. Now, talk me through this one.
1 to 12 3 times. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 into 12 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4.
So now we've got two equivalent fractions. 1/4 equals 3/12. 1/3 equals 4/12. Okay, there we go.